Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope we are all well. I don't know how many of us were here last month where we had the real life conversations around skilled worker visa. So today we are doing the same. We are actually having the same or similar conversation, but around global talent visa. And also, if you are an RKY alumni, please drop the cohort you were part of. And if you are joining from outside the RQI community, let us know where you are joining us from. We're using the chat box for this very quickly. Right, so I've got Steven from Nigeria. Welcome and thanks for joining us. We still have more slots for people to join us. I've got Temi Tope from Sheffield. Thank you for joining. Promise from the UK. She's currently a process automation analyst. Lovely to have you here. Victoria, Vicky from Portsmouth. Festus from Middlesbrough, Violet from Surrey, Folake from Manchester, Chizzy from Sheffield. Let's introduce ourselves. We've got so much in stock to share for you. But while we are waiting for the intros to come in from your end, I'm also going to quickly go on with my own intro. My name is Rukayat Alabi and I'm the CEO of RKY Group. RKY Group consists of multiple businesses across consulting, tech, property, coaching, and education technology. Um, uh, I'm a multi-award winning entrepreneur with awards including CEO of the Year, EdTech CEO of the Year, Black British Business Awards finalist, Black Tech Achievement Awards finalist, Top 25 Changing the Face of Education, Top 24 Advancing Diversity and Inclusion in Corporate UK, Business Owner Excellence, and so much more. In the last couple of years, we've built RQI Careers, an EdTech company that has shared over 2,500 success stories of people who have been placed in high income roles. We also have the RKY Business Hub where we coach early stage to scaling founders and businesses to build profitable and successful businesses in the UK. I'm also the founder of Limitless Without Borders, our platform, our community, where we now bring these professionals, founders, creators, investors, all under one physical roof to share insights that would help them unlock their next level. So I don't know what that next level is for you right now, but I'm sure you guys are going to share it with me very soon. I've also been featured on Forbes, The Voice UK, Arise TV, Channels TV, and so much more in terms of newspaper features. I'm very passionate about equipping professionals and founders with the clarity, confidence, and the strategies, right? And strategies to um, move to their next level across their career, their business, and wealth building journey. If you follow my page, my personal page on Instagram, Coach Rookie, you will know I'm very passionate about not just even career alone, but about building successful business and building wealth, through properties, stocks and shares, and so many other areas. Which is why I bring different experts in, different people that have walked the journey, and not just myself, to actually coach us and guide us on how we can get to the next level. So my first question to us, because I'm going to this session is going to be a very, 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 very interactive one. So you guys should get ready to ask all your questions. Apart from these intros and all of that, I don't have any slide. We don't have any slide. It's just a conversation and fireside chat. Myself and my special guest, who I can see on the other side, are going to be having today. I'm sure I can't wait to share with you like all the goodies that all his experience. I can't wait as well. So, but let's do our very little, you know, intros and meeting each other and all of that. Okay, so I've still got Anne Slot from Liverpool, planning engineer, Adeshola from Canterbury, Olariwaju Arowolo from Folkestone, Hope from Atfield, primary training teacher currently. So my first question for you guys, and I want fastest fingers, I want as many responses to just like pop, 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 pop. What is your next level? Right now as we speak, what is that next level you are trying to unlock? Let's shoot in the chat box while I move to my next slide. What is your next level that you are trying to unlock right now? What does that next level look like for you? Is it getting a job or getting a better job? Is it starting a business? Is it, making your money work for you? Or is it investing? You're looking for business to invest in? You're looking for projects to invest in? Or is it like fast tracking your UK settlements? I want to get like global talent. I want to get skilled worker visa. I don't want to worry about. I want to wake up. I have a British passport, so I have an American passport. Okay. What is that next level for you right now? Let's know it. Let's know it. Let's know it. Let's know it. I want it to be. Am I getting a lag because the responses are not flying in as much as I want or as I'm expecting it to? Okay. Fantastic. So I've got 10 million pounds. You know the way when pastors that say pray louder. The answers to your prayer might even be someone beside you that will just say, you know what, 10 million pounds. What's 10 million pounds? Take. I need to pray for my 100 million pounds. So if you don't like king, take your 10 million pounds so that God can listen to my 100 million pounds prayer. Okay, so I've got OT says I've tried global talent as a cinematographer and I got rejected and I'm looking to try again. Welcome. We're going to be sharing the journey of someone who has done exactly what you want to do, and we hope that is going to help your journey. And at the end of this as well, I'm going to be sharing with you our in-house immigration partner who is also going to be physically at our Limitless Without Borders. They're part of our sponsors for our upcoming events, and they deal with solutions like skilled worker visa, global talent, and so on as well. But moving on, I've got Raquel, who is trying to get a job in a desired field and investing. I love that. My next level is to be a global talent recipient, and everything else will fall in place. I know. Once you can sort that UK settlement, sometimes it just feels like everything. Once you can sort out your visa situation, you just feel like everything will fall into place. But there's something I'm going to share with you as well, which is that, getting like a route, getting a route, but not necessarily the passport itself. The passport itself does not really open doors, but at least being in a comfortable route that you know that, yes, I'm settled. At least even if it's 5 years, I know that, yes, even if it's whatever years, I'm in a renewable route that leads to permanent settlement. I mean, quickly to correct myself, the passport open doors, but it's not the passport on its own that opens the doors. You are still going to be the one to open the doors for yourself. Okay, so I've got Ajoke who says global talents. Marina says after career gap, rejoining again. All right. Olariwaju wants to start a business in care. Fantastic. Damilola wants to just fast track immigration status. I don't just want to stress, okay? I don't want 30 years. I don't want 10 years or whatever years they're calling in this their news or whatever. Deshane wants global talent visa. Fidelis is receiving his like prophecy. Whatever, it's 10 million pounds. Damilola stability. Akinkumi is taking his PSM1 certification next week and getting the switch into tech. Well done to you, Akinkumi. By the way, we are 99 at the moment. Get your friends in. Let us get to 200 in this session. It's very possible. I know there are more than 5,000 immigrants in this country that are looking for their next step. So let's get them in the room, okay? Okay, so Sadiq is looking for a visa change, preferably global talents visa. Hope is looking for UK settlement after education. Cynthia is currently a student. I have my husband in Nigeria. I just want my husband to be here. I understand the feeling. Secondly, I've been struggling endlessly to transition into tech. Care work would not let me, and I'm currently a student. If I see free 1 year without paying rent, I'm sure I'll be very serious with my tech journey. I'm so clueless with this tech journey because no one is guiding me. I can't do it for long. My feet hurts. I can relate. And what you've just said is the mirror of a lot of people that even still end up, joining boot camps and not attending it because of the care work they're tired of, right? And I get it. I get it. It's the bills. The bills, they won't let us rest. If only we could get a free 1 year bill free. The UK should be giving bill free sponsorship of bill free scholarship for a year. You get a 3 months bill free. Anyways, I don't have a specific plan for the next level, but I'm doing everything I can to gain financial independence. That's actually something. Okay, Sylvia from Birmingham, UK Settlement Global Talents, and a new job. Right. So my next level is I'm lost in UK. Don't worry, you'll be found. Okay. Good to know that you've all shared. I mean, I can relate. I talk to hundreds of people week on week, and there's nothing you want to share with me today that you've shared with me today that I'm hearing for the first time. Whatever it is you're going through, you are not, alone in it. You're not alone. By the way, to all my Arsenal fans in the house, congratulations to you. For those of you that are not Arsenal fans, well, you take your congratulations the next time you guys win those. Actually, by the way, up until yesterday, I didn't have a club. Well, suddenly today, I'm an advocate and ambassador. Anyways, about the RKY Group. RKY Group is a dynamic conglomerate. I've already told you what we do. We've got RKY Careers, Apply Body, Limitless. Apply Body is where we help people apply to jobs. Busy professionals. You've taken boot camps, but you don't have the time. You want to switch roles. You don't have the skills, but you don't have the time to apply to jobs. Here we are not promising you that applying to job is easy peasy or whatever, but we are going to take that admin off you so you can focus on just doing the interviews, right? And in the last couple of months, weeks, especially this peak period that we all know that we are right now for job application, we've gotten quite a number of very good interviews for our clients. We've got a podcast, and which shares the same name with my book that I launched about 6 months ago. We've got the LWB, we've got RKY Business Hub, RKY Digital Solution, and together we drive career growth, business success, and community empowerment. On the screen, as you can see, is where we are located, where our HQ is in Canary Wharf. I wish we owned the entire building, but we do not. But we own a very tiny bit, or we are residents in within that building basically. Here is a few of our 2026 catch up of few things we've been up to, award recognitions, events here and there. And here are some of our Q2 success stories as well across different career paths. If you want to get more if you follow us on our social media, you'll get our success stories just as we drop them hot as well. How do we get these success stories? We've got a range of courses from data analysis and business intelligence to project management to business analysis to Microsoft Excel, Scrum and product management, digital marketing, compliance, KYC, AML. And we are launching our new set of courses as well, which will be launched in this quarter or the next, which are going to be more future of work focused, from vibe coding to AI engineering and automation, workflow automation to cybersecurity and so much more. So please, if the courses you're interested in is not on this list, this is not what we are limited to. Watch this space basically. So we have standalone services as well in CV optimization, career advisory, interview preparation, LinkedIn optimization, business coaching, and so much more. All of this we render outside of so if you are not our students, you can still come on board. We help people turn their successful ideas to businesses. So some of you that starting a business is part of your goals for 2026, or is one of those things that would help you move from where you are right now to where you want to be. In fact, being on salary alone, so even if you are PS's figure, it's never enough. With this tax system and everything, you still need to go from you need to go to ownership, basically. You need to own your own thing in this economy, especially. So a little bit more about Limitless Without Borders. If you're on this call and you have heard about Limitless Without Borders, let me see your hand up. If you have on this call and you have heard about Limitless Without Borders, let me see your hand up. Fantastic. My marketing team are working. Okay. How many people? Wow. Only 5 people. Interesting. If you have gotten your ticket, drop LWB in the chat box. If you have gotten your ticket and you are coming, all roads lead to London. Come June 2026. Let's see this in the chat box. Don't worry, we're going to have a full day of talking about global talents. But the reason why I'm saying this right now about limitless star borders is because it's also part of this. It's also instrumental to the story we are going to hear today. If you have gotten your tickets and you're attending LWB, put your listing in. Only one person. You see why? Sometimes it's okay that we are over 100 on this call, but there are some things that you cannot just go over the call. See, we are on the call, and I'm the only one seeing myself. Me and my special guest. Everybody is not turning on camera. How will I, know your face and see you next time? Which is why the physical events and this particular one, we are even bringing solution providers to that your next step. Either it's wealth building, it's property, it's UK settlement. We are bringing all the solution provider right into the room where that you can talk to, establish a relationship. I went to an event some days ago, and you know me, if I'm like, sometimes you just need to look at people that probably you are looking up to in your industry. What are they doing? There must be a secret in that thing. I'm a business person. If events is not yielding me result, I won't go there. I went to an event 2 days ago just to support someone that has been supporting my own events. And guess what? I made a connection at that event that is likely to come on board as a partner in my own events. That is likely, and that's how you make those connections. One thing I found out from planning this event is that you see phone call applying to jobs. It's not going to solve half of the problems. Let's mute ourselves, so guys. We have a few more minutes before we get into a conversation. So,
if I can do Fab, okay. Fab, you're getting your location. Fab.
Just work his own things.
Okay, so. So what are we doing at LWB basically? For those of you that don't know, if you are looking to get into leadership positions, either in your career, definitely LWB is for you. We are bringing people that are immigrants like you, that are VP controlling billions of pounds, vice presidents, directors in NHS. People like us, we can do more than just being project manager. After you now transition, what next? How do you move to the next step? How do you deal with probation? We have 3 HR professionals on that panel, and we also have, certification bodies like IIBA being represented and the likes on the panel. For that's the career. For the business, if you guys hear about people that they are unicorn today, they raise so million pounds. We have immigrants like me and you that have not spent more than 5 years in this same UK that have raised 30-something million pounds for their business, and it can be you as well. We are bringing those kind of people, immigrants like me and you that came to this UK, and today their businesses are all over the world. Those are the people we are bringing. Sustainable business, investor-ready business, right, and successful business in this UK, right? And people that can teach us how to sell. Somebody that was just telling me just now, just before I came, come and teach me how to sell. People think it's easy to set up business. You think it's by having an idea. Sometimes you have idea, you have everything else. Even customers are not coming in. One lady I met at that event, she was like, we have all the visibility, we are doing everything, but we don't have customers. It's not only to conversion. Anyways, problems plenty, but the solution, what LWB is doing is that we're bringing solutions to these problems at different stages. So either you want to get into property as a means of starting your own business, or you want to do it as a side hustle, you want to do stocks and shares, you want to grow financial independence. Everything is what we are bringing, to LWB. And if you're an early stage founder that's just as you have your idea or your head, you've not turned it to business, we also have a funding for you, where you can win £5,000. Like this lady last year, she won £5,000, at LWB for her business idea. And today she's got she's registered a business, she's got a website, all the things. She's gotten the clarity she needed to start her business. So here are some of the highlights from last year. Guess what? If you go on the site, even what you're saying here, there's like as cheap as £7 tickets on the site. You don't have any excuse. Whether you're based in London or not, you can travel down. Some of our speakers are coming from Scotland. In fact, don't worry, some of our speakers are coming from Manchester, from different parts of the UK. Basically, here are some of our speakers that I mentioned. You can see them. Lenky, the first guy, is the one that has raised 34 million. He moved to the UK like how many years ago? Fola Pedro moved to the UK about 8 years ago as well. She's currently an executive director in a venture capital firm. These are the roads. These are places you get to that. There's no kind of visa you want to apply to that you will not qualify for. Global talent visa, you can show the million pounds they want to hear. if it's whatever visa, you can show how much you've raised fund, or is it Miriam? Miriam, she's a visibility expert. She can teach how to build personal brand for career and business. We've got Dr. King Smith, who is the co-founder of Afro Nation. I'm sure you guys have heard about Afro Nation, Portugal, this and that. Tell me, let's say these people even need visas. There's no kind of visa they cannot get. We've got Bolaji Billions, who is going to be hosting a workshop on monetizing your skill set. So if that is part of your creator economy, guys, you need to be in the room. We've got Falake Mekogi, property experts, who is going to be showing us how to invest your fund and get on the property ladder. We've got that director in the NHS, Benedict Thompson, who is going to be showing you the ropes of how, as a Black Nigerian immigrant, Ghanaian, or wherever you're from, you can get to the director of directors. We've got the Wealth Monthly, who is going to be sharing with us stocks and shares investments, and another HR person, Kemi. And then we've got a public sector person in the house, Mayor of Bakin, and Dagenham, who is going to be showing us our representation. All of us that are here right now, we've not come here to count bridge or count Tower Bridge or whatever bridge. We want our children to get to those positions. How do we, get represented at that highest level? That is what LWB is all about. And those are a few of our speakers. We also have award. We also have the award segments where your favorites are also going to be in. So if you have a business, you want to put your business in the spotlight, we still have a few slots for exhibition to showcase your business. And how much is it? I've paid £4,000 to exhibit before, to showcase my business and put my business where all the eyes will be on. And there's the 5,000 opportunity, £5,000 to be won. Guys, RKY is trying. I'm trying my own best too. And then we've got the award winners. We've got Omotara. We've got Falo. For those of you that know him, we've got Oyeda Teller. These are beneficiaries of global talent and innovator visas as well. And we've got all these amazing people building amazing things in the UK. And for those of you that are in Lagos and Nigeria, you are not left out. We are bringing LWB to Lagos. Isn't that fantastic? Who says that, global relevance and global opportunities are for some limited few? No, it's not. You're coming to Lagos. Get your tickets. In fact, let me give you a sneak peek. We have free tickets for Lagos attendees. Anyways, I think I've managed my few minutes. Now I'm going to bring on board my guest speaker today, whose name is Irabo Jeremiah. Irabo is an RKY alumni and is the creative director of Lloyd Jerry Productions Limited. He has a journey that spanned across Nigeria and the UK, and he's built a strong foundation in the creative production industry before he moved to the UK. He studied international business at Sterling University. I actually studied there about 7 years ago as well. And his diverse journey demonstrates a commitment to growth. Guys, with a roll of hands, let's welcome Irabo Jeremiah. I call him Jerry anyway, if he's still here. Jerry, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, let's welcome Jerry. By the way, if you are here and you are in the creative industry, or you've got one creative skill or the other, photography, videography, cinematography, drop creative in the chat box. By the way, and if you are not, this is one of the many sessions that we have. There are one or two things you pick from what is going to share. We've brought different people in to share about, global talents from perspective of tech. We've got people and guess what? You don't even have to have done it under a company name in Nigeria or anywhere. You just have that skill. And guess what? These are skills you can even pick up. You can pick it up and learn it as well. Okay, I can see the creatives in the house. Hi guys. Hi to all the creatives in the house. Hello. Jerry, please, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself very briefly to us. Tell us about, Jerry. Who is Jerry?
Okay. Ruki, thank you for having me. And I'm really honored to be in this space today. My name is Irabo Jeremiah, but I'm popularly known as Jerry in short. And I'm a creative director of Lloyd Jerry Productions, like you mentioned, in Nigeria. And my business is still up and running in Nigeria, actually. So I've worked in the media for a while now, let's say 12 to 13 years now. And then I have worked in a very diverse aspect of the media. actually have a background in tech. So coming all the way from tech into media, it's all the things that are all the features that I have in my career. So I have worked with quite a number of few people. So before I go to the number of people that I've worked with, I attended a school of filming, which is called Del York Creative, where I studied drone, how to fly drone, and I worked with quite a number of tutors from the Hollywood that trained me then. So I have a really handful knowledge in the drone industry, and that has actually opened me to a lot of opportunities in the film industry in Nigeria, and I worked with the likes of Mo Abudu in a Netflix series called Far From Home. I worked with Ramsey Noah, Rattlesnake, and also Living in Bondage, which is also quite, and which was nominated for AMVCA, and I worked with JJC Skills
You're
as the
scaring us. So you're naming all these big names. So people are like, does that mean I have to have worked with Moabudu before I can win?
no,
Before I can
I'm actually not saying this to scare
So
you,
just tell us
right?
a little bit about yourself, and then we can take it there. Before people will be like, okay, no Honda, maybe I'm not qualified. But anyway,
No,
we love it. We love the
no.
show.
To be honest, it's not about the big names, right? But it's about how you position yourself. So we are still going to get there, to be honest. So I worked with a company called Kinninsaw, right? And I collaborate with them, and we won a Golden Calf Award in the Netherlands. And I took it upon myself to actually move to the UK to understand how global businesses are run, and that's why I studied international business in Sterling. But it's actually not easy to get into the industry here in the UK. So I was running out of cash, to be honest, and then I picked up a cleaning job, which I actually did that for quite a while before I took it upon myself to actually advance my career, and then I enrolled for RKY, and I was part of the.
You have said what you choose. What will I ask you next now? What will I ask you next now? Anyways.
So I mean, I can still say that again. It's okay. I can go in depth. So I'm just touching the surface. So I attended RKY, and I'm part of the 2025 cohort, and I also attended the LWB as well, which was based in London last year. And currently, I work as a freelance vision broadcast engineer in the outside broadcast industry, and I work with one of the most prestigious organization in the UK, but as freelance. And currently, I work as the creative director of Lord Jerry Creative here in the UK. So I have a business in Nigeria, and I also have a business here in the UK. So basically, that's all about me.
That's it. That's a very summarized version, Abby. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
thank you for touching on everything, and we love it. Don't we love it, guys? We're gonna go in depth now. Thanks for sharing your experience. I love the mention. I mean, why not? If you don't know how to toot your own, how would you have gotten global talent visa? That's what the global talent visa is all about. It's not about being hidden. Oh, I'm shy. Oh, I don't want them to know that. Please, you need to let them know. In fact, you need to collect receipts so that you can have the receipt to show. Take picture. Moabudu, we work together. Pakam. This guy, Chakam, those are the things you present, in your global talent applications.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. So one question I'll ask, because you've already like gone a bit deep, and I have to take it. I have to start on, like unraveling it one after the other. Okay, I've seen a lot of our alumni here, right? Telling people. You mentioned a lot of things, right? Which, I had to quickly mention it there that, we need to be, like, you mentioned you worked with a lot of big names. did that influence those particular people? Do we need to have drone training before we can apply for global talents? Do we need to have worked with a more Abudu, before we apply for the global talents? I mean, I'm having to start in the middle because you've already shared. I would have started much earlier, but I'm still going to go back. So do we need to have your kind of portfolio, to get or to like make an attempt to try global talents, or is having a skill as a videographer or cinematographer alone enough?
Okay, so the global talent route for there are different areas of global talent, right? And they have film and television, they have fashion, they have tech, they have some other different areas. But for film and television, the endorsing body is art and culture. And for film and television, it is exceptional talent, not promising. So they expect you to be at this top level of your career before you can even apply. So I'm not saying this to scare anyone, but if you are a filmmaker, it doesn't matter if you're a cinematographer. You could be a script writer, you could be a director, you could be a producer, you could be even a photographer in a movie. You could be even a DIT. You could be an editor. You are qualified as long as you have some certain movies that has won a recognition awards like AMA or AMVCA, then you are qualified. And the reason why I'm saying this is that these guys check all these criteria because it's an exceptional talent, and exceptional talent is 3 years to ILR. So they need to do like a rigorous check on you, and they need to know that you are actually who you say you are. And for filmmakers, I'm just going to go further. For filmmakers, you need to have like a bio or like a social media page. It's actually not a professional page. For the tech and every other areas, most people use LinkedIn. But for a filmmaker, ours is IMDb. IMDb, that's ours. So once anyone goes to your IMDb page and then they search for your name, they are going to see everything about you. So this is one of the things that whoever is going to be checking your application will check. And you don't actually need to work with the big dogs in the industry. All you need to do is, there are actually some movie producers that are actually not popularly known, but their movies has gone really far and wide in the country. It's just about how you build your application, literally, and who is building your application for you. Because some people would think it's that easy, but not until you get rejected. That's when you will know. I mean, the criteria is really stringent, to be honest. If you go to the UK Gov website, the application might even throw you off guard. But if you have someone that can help you through the process and break down things for you, you will find out that you are even overqualified for the application. Like in my own case, I've heard of Global Talent for a while, not until I attended LWB 3.0. Then I'm sure you know those times when I came to you and I told you, I need this, I need this, I need that. But not until I spoke to people, I started speaking to not until I started speaking to people and telling them about my case, what I have, what I can do, what I've done, and everything. And then I started connecting with one or two people, right? Then these guys were able to put me in line in building my application. So what is more important is you have a qualified person that knows about this application to help you build your application properly. Because you might be overqualified. Like I said, you might be overqualified for the global talent in the particular route you want to go to, or you might be underqualified. But is a thing for you to ask. Ask the right people about how these applications are done, because there are so many hidden things that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't even talk about that they require. And if you don't know all these things, it's going to throw you off guard and you'll get rejected. So I think that's just it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's roll it back. Let's roll it back a little bit. So from your journey that you've shared, I can tell that you had, the cinematography skills, but when you first moved to the UK, right, you followed the normal path of trying to get a job, trying to get into tech, right? And, you enrolled, what did you enroll in? What course did you enroll in?
In the university.
No, in the boot camp, in the boot camp.
Yeah, data analysis.
Right. So the data analysis boot camp, and you also started your journey. But you had to leave, your core skills that you were actually that was actually a source of livelihood back in Nigeria, right? And then at what points, right, did you realize? Okay, I know you mentioned it already. That's okay. Did you know the magnitude of the skills you had at the time? Because a lot of people have skills that already qualifies them, but they don't know the magnitude of this. They don't know the magnitude of what they have and how much door that can open for them, right? And how much door that can open for them. At what points did you realize, the magnitude of the skill sets you have? And I remember then when we were talking, when you told me that, you're trying to put in the application for this, and you were trying to say, you've worked with this person, you've worked with, can you tell us more about at what points, you realized that, the skill sets you had could open the door? And were you 100% sure that you even had enough before you applied? Were you 100% sure before you even thought of applying? Were you 100% sure that, I have all it takes, before you started the application?
Okay, yeah. So what I would say is that who you have in your circle. I know Illusion said something about who you have in your circle matters a lot. If you have so many negative vibes around you, trust me, you might not get really far. But if you have a lot of people that will push you, that will believe in what you want to do, I think it makes you go a lot further. And I was deep down within me, I know this is what I wanted, but the question is, how do I get it? So, and to be honest, I'm not one of these people that likes to go on gov.uk website to get information, because the information on gov.uk is cumbersome.
It's overwhelming.
They have layers and layers and layers of information. I don't know how people do it, how they go in depth, but I am not that kind of person, to be honest. If they can put it in video for me, maybe I will watch it. But in written, trust me, I'm not going to go in depth. But I read about it, right? But because I really did not understand the criteria, and I've seen a lot of people that are actually got rejected. So this kind of scares me to want to try. But there was a friend of mine that came to Scotland for a job, for a conference, right? And he was one of the cinematographers there. So I just went to meet the guy and I said, please, I don't have a visa. And the guy just looked at me. I'm like, are you okay? Though he was my friend. And he looked at me and like, are you okay? What do you mean that I don't have a visa? I said, that's the truth. I don't have a visa because currently I've been on my application has been pending for like almost a year without the decision from the Home Office. So, and it was like, what are you doing? I said, that's the truth. I just came to meet you and I told you, and that's just the reality.
Opening up. Let me put that down. We need to open up, guys. You
Yeah.
need to speak, because you don't know who has the key to unlock, the next level.
And I told you,
And your circle, you said something about your circle as well. The net,
Yeah.
your circle does not necessarily even need to be your friends. Your network, you can expand your network as well. The people I knew as a last year, and the people that are in my circle now have become wider. Why? Because I go out, I go to events, I go to meet people that I know are going to solve, my problem. Continue the story. I'm picking the points.
Yeah. So I spoke to him, and it was like, okay, you know what? I have someone that's also building my application for global talent as well, and I can connect you with the guy. Although I'm not too sure about the guy, but the guy seems sketchy. But I will still tell you about the guy. I said, see, at this point in time, I am not desperate, but I need this. So just give me the guy's contact, and I will talk to him. And so, to cut the long story short, actually, I was able to connect with the guy, and I booked a session with him. So one thing, people also like our people don't like to do is that they don't like to pay for section. At that point in time, I don't even care. I don't care how much the section was, but I needed to get the right information. That was just my thought at that point in time. I needed to get the right information. And when the guy said, "Oh, you're going to pay certain amount for my consultation," I said, "Let's get on it. Tell me everything I need to know." In fact, I paid the money even before we started the section, and it breaks everything down for me. And at first, what he said was, let me have your profile. Give me your profile, a brief of your profile. And in Nigeria, actually, where I came from, we in the creative world, we don't like to document every of our stuff, right? We don't have a profile, we don't have LinkedIn, we don't have anything. All we just do is, as long as we've done the work, we've delivered the work, everybody move. Down to even credit, we don't even fight for end credit. And here in the UK, end credit is as important as your career, because that is the evidence to show that you actually did that work, or you're a part of that project. So I spoke to the guy, and he was able to give me a breakdown of everything that I need to do, how I'm going to put up my application and everything. And we're able to he was able to give me the information that I need. And also he said he could take the things a bit further. And if I want to if I want his services, and I said, okay, why not? And then I paid for his services, and he was able to help me build my application based on what I have. And then
based on what you have. Fantastic. Yes. Thank you so much for that. So the summary, based on what he's just said, that helped him to move to the next step, basically increasing his network and improving the quality of people in his network, or tapping into his existing network, opening up. Oh guys, we need to open up, because if you don't open up, we might be dying silently, and our solution might even already be in our hands. And we need to expand our exposure, because you cannot outrun your exposure. If you don't know something does not happen, then you definitely don't know. And if you know, you can tap into and try what you know. Also, be open to pay for sessions. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. So be open to pay for sessions, to pay for support. Even if it's someone that wants to help you to do something, they say you pay, then you pay. Okay, thank you so much for that as well. And my next question now would be, guys, start dropping your question. The way we always do it in this session, start dropping your questions, because that's what we're going to do with half of the time. Okay, so in a very, very, straightforward, so yeah, another question. When you moved to the UK, before you used your skill as evidence for the global talents, have you have you tapped into your skill here in the UK, and did that really help? Have you like done some jobs here in the UK, and did that help your application to show that, oh, I'm not only like a Nigerian cinematographer, I'm also already, applying my skill set here, and did that help? This is I'm asking for this because we might have some people that, I mean, we have a number of creative people in the chat box, but some of them might never have lifted up their camera since they got here, or they are videographer. I mean, video. His camera still his camera. Yeah. So yeah.
So your questions have two answers. You don't actually have to be in the UK
To
to
apply.
have global talent. I call him my partner now. The guy I'm working with actually helped more people in Nigeria than even people in fact, I'm the first person in the UK that got this global talent from him. I'm the first person. All the people that he has been doing for are from Nigeria. So you don't literally have to be here in the UK to be
To be on the
to
global
get other
talent.
rounds,
Yeah.
right? So when I came to the UK, actually, of course, I was doing I wanted to stay relevant in the industry, so I was working as a cinematographer, but I wasn't I couldn't do a lot because I was treated as a student, right? And one thing again that helped me, because I'm still going to talk about it, I'll go in depth about it, is that you will need, as part of the criteria, you will need a UK recommender, a UK recommender. So how I was able to get that, I don't know if there was a time I asked you that if you have
You told
someone
me
like
the
that.
story of how
Yeah, yeah. So I was able to get someone. I did a free, to be honest, I did a free gig. And
free
from
gig. Oh guys, do free gig. All of you creative people, come and volunteer at LWB. I'm not saying that I can give
so
you recommendation, no, but at least do free gig. Not the one that you would do. From the story, he's going to tell you a story himself. Let me count how many of you. I caught all of you today. Fatima, Victoria, Elizabeth, Christiana, and Sachi. Anyway, go on.
so I actually did a free gig for this guy. And to be honest, it wasn't just a free gig. It was, the guy was moving house. I knew him through a friend that usually come to Nigeria back then, and then she's always wanting me to come to the UK. But I mean, it's easier for someone here to say come to the UK. I mean, you have to look for a way to come to the UK. But I came through the student visa. So when I landed, I just told her that, hey, I'm in the country already, and she said, oh, good, let's have a production. To be honest, the production was a free production. She paid for my transport down to the UK, to London, and I did that project for her for I think 2 days. Luckily for me, the guy that owns the studio is a filmmaker. I never knew that. So I went to the guy's place, and I helped him do some few things in his house, move home, and all those things. And we went back to the studio and we filmed. And I went back to Scotland. And I collected the guy's contact because it's very, very important. Always keep your networks. I mean, keep your contact of your networks. Um, check on them once a while. Don't just collect number and then just forget about it, because you don't know when you will need that person. So always check on the person, even though you don't need anything from that person, but just check on the person. How are you doing, and all those things. So it goes a long way, to be honest. Not until when you need the person, that's when you reach out. No, yeah, it doesn't work. Things doesn't work that way. I have my own fair share of this, so and I'm still going to talk about it maybe as we get along with this meeting. So I reached out to him after when I started the global talent and everything. I then reached out to him. I said, hey, I need you to do me a favor, and I don't know if it's something you can do. And I reached out to him, and he said, I don't know if you still remember what you did for me back then, but I did not forget. And that was how I was able to get a UK recommender. So literally what's in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that keep your
Act of
contacts.
kindness.
Yes.
Act of kindness.
Be kind.
Volunteer. Don't let make everything be about money. Sometimes you might have an opportunity to, especially would make you use your skill and be able to affiliate your skill, to some projects that are big, then by all means do so. There was something you also shared that, I'm going to remind you again about some projects you had worked on as part of the cinematographers on that project. You were not even the main producer or main anything. You were part of them and you realized, and you were not even listed as part of the IDB, whatever.
Yeah.
But based on the relationship you also maintained with them on the project, you went back to them, and you asked, oh, can I be listed officially as part of the people that officially did these projects? And they did. Right, all of that you can get if you build relationship, and if you are part of a project, no matter how small. They even say, like we have some people now that say, oh, I'm a videographer, or I'm a kineko for this project, and we say, we have a main person, that is doing it, but if you're happy to work with them, come on, don't say, I'm a boss of my own, I want to only be somewhere on my own. If you join those people that are part of the media team, your account or whatever will get tagged. If there's a place they are listing people that worked on it, you get listed. It's just like saying if you get a waka pass role in a movie, basically, take it.
And I like what you just said now, because this Omogeto the Saga Part 2, we shot it in 2020 during COVID. I got called for that job and I was not paid for that job. But when I finished shooting that job, JJ's Skill called me and he said, I love what you just did. I love these shots. And he gave me his contact. He said, reach out to me anytime. I didn't speak to JJC Skills since 2020, not until 2024 when I needed to do my application, or 2025 when I needed to do my application. That was when I reached out to JJC Skills. I never knew. So that's the thing. Good people don't forget things that you've done for them. And I'm saying this openly, JJC Skills is a very nice person. I reached out to him. I said, do you remember the project I worked with you on? He said, yes, he did. And that was how I was able to get in touch with him. And that was how he was able to give me what I needed at that point in time. So be nice. I'm not saying do free stuff, but you need to volunteer to do some certain things because you know the circles or you know the contact you want to build. Do volunteer for some certain project because those projects might be what will put you on the limelight. So
even if you don't even get paid on that project, even if your own reward does not come from the people that did that project, somebody might discover you in that project. How did you get your first UK gig? Because I know that you did one big gig like that as well in UK.
So how I started my it's through Connect as well. The very first job I did for as much as I don't like calling companies, but I have to call them. The very first job I did for Gravity Media was through my friend. He's here in the UK, and he knows how we do our media stuff back then in Nigeria. We do live event and all those things. And he said, "Hey Jerry, since that you're here, why don't you talk to these people and just send them your CV and tell them this is what you can do and everything?" Because I also am into it, but I don't do it because I have a full-time job, so I don't really do it. So I connected with him, and first I had to optimize my LinkedIn because these guys, they are solely on LinkedIn. That's their space. They are solely on LinkedIn. So for you to be able to position yourself, of course, they are not on IMDb. So I couldn't use my IMDb, right? Because my IMDb says film and television or movies, kind of. But these guys, they have a platform where they communicate with one another, which is LinkedIn. And I had to go. I mean, Alkira helped me modify my LinkedIn, but I had to remodify the LinkedIn because right now, what is on my
You were
LinkedIn
going
is
from
quite,
data analyst
yeah,
to cinematographer.
to
Original.
cinematography. So I had to re-optimize my LinkedIn because I realized that these guys, when you say hi to them, before they even say hey to you, they
They
go
want
and
to
check
see
your bio.
yours.
Yes, they check you out. Once they see that you are someone that they can talk to, or you have something that they need, then they will open a conversation with you. But if you don't have what they need, you might not even hear from them for days, even months, even years. So I reached out to them and they went through my bio and they saw, okay, yeah, he has been into this and all and all. And then they reached out to me and they said, okay, we are going to give you an opportunity, but it's going to be unpaid. So I did 2 days unpaid job just to be able to get into that entry level role. So it all boils around what we have been saying, that if you are not ready to sacrifice, if you are
You
not
have the
ready to make
skills. It's
sacrifice,
in your hands. You can always offer it, especially if you have the time. Why not
yeah,
volunteer? Go for it. And I mean, if you volunteer somewhere, you get a certificate. Some will give you me like our LWB or CIC. We are very nice enough to always give our own volunteer certificate anyway. But like even if you don't, the day will come, you might need it, and you reach out to them, and they will
yeah,
give you. And sometimes, those things, they are things money cannot buy. You see, there's so many people using money to package a global talent something, and it's not working. But you see, people that, based on their genuine work they've paid for in advance, they
yeah.
are able to position, themselves for this. Okay, in a very quick nutshell, tell us about what exactly you submitted, and again, I know that you're a cinematographer and all of that, so I would love if you're in your responses able to also say what applies to you and how holistically they can like look at alternatives or something, because this is your case, it might not be someone else's exact situation, but that does not mean they cannot qualify as well.
Okay, I'm going to touch about on art and council in general, because under art and council you have a lot, not only just movie and television, you have a lot.
Mhm. By
And
the
I'm
way,
going
for
to,
those who do not know, let me just quickly say this. We have
yeah,
three ways people can get three main global talents pathway. We have the tech, which is the one you can get for being a product manager, digital marketer, cybersecurity, product man, blah, 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 all these tech roles, And then we have the academia,
yeah.
PhD, this one, all those ahead that you can get through PhD research and co. And then we now have the arts and council, which is where photographer, videographer, cinematographer, fashion designer, paint artists, for those of you that can paint and do all these things, that's where all of those things come in. So the Jerry's experience is actually based more on the arts and council, because that's where it's updated to. So that's where he's sharing his insights on. But that is not to say, because sometimes, like we said, these things are not even about the skill. I don't think even at the LWB, I think the LWB 2, is it 3.0, the one that it was
3.0, yeah.
all. No, you didn't even attend that one that was all global talent. Too. You attended 3.0.
3.0, yeah.
We had a 2.0 LWB that everybody we brought to that LWB to as speakers, they were all global talents beneficiaries, right? But what am I trying to say? The person you would pick one or two things from does not necessarily need to be in your industry or your field, but there are just some, situations, circumstances, and life applications that can be applied across board, like all this relationship we're talking about, everything I said today, there's been nothing technical about it too. You didn't have to go and learn any new skill because you already had it. You didn't have to go and you already had half of the things in you. But what's most important is tapping into it and knowing how to tap into it, tapping into relationships he had before, tapping into people he had done favor to, tapping into people he had volunteered with, tapping into relationships and his previous work. So I'll let you answer that question quickly.
So in my area of concentration will be on art and council, like you said. And under art and council you have dance. I will just be listening it out because I had to pull this out from the art and council website, which is publicly available to everyone who needs it. And under art and council, you have dance, you have literature, you have music, you have theater, you have visual art, and you have museum and gallery. No, you have visual arts, theater, music, literature, and dance. So under Art and Council, they also have um, exceptional talents, and they have promising as well. So for my for film and television, it is exceptional talent, because the criteria that you have to meet is kind of a bit strict. For music, it is promising, because obviously a lot of people can sing, right? But the criteria
Except
is
you are Akon. You are Chris Brown, who do not need visas anyway.
so. And the funniest thing is, if you are actually a popular known musician, you have there's a category for you, especially for those that have won a certain award that are popular. You don't literally have to go through this this process that I'm going to list out to everyone, because it's verifiable, so they can go and verify it, and then you just go and apply straight up because you are popular. But with this, they want to know if you are who you say you are.
You're as credible as you claim to be, because I mean
Exactly.
there are too many people in this world that can sing, just like you said. So to qualify for, in some skills, to qualify for, the very high exceptional talents category, you need to be actually it's easier to be exceptional in some things, but it's difficult to be exceptional in some things, basically. So
it's very difficult, especially in the film and television, because the film and television, is everyone in that craft are very, very important. Everyone in the filmmaking looks very easy, not until you actually decide to want to make a film. That's when you will know how difficult it is. And filmmaking in the UK is going really down, and that's why government is pumping a lot of money to
here now. So for those of you that are holding camera, go and use your camera to do film.
Government is pumping a lot of money into that space. They are even giving grants of as much as £5,000, £10,000 for filmmakers, independent filmmakers that want to come into the industry. So it's something that is of need.
So they are looking for look at American like if you sit down on Netflix and watch American movies like this, you just be like just sit down one day and watch hospital movies in America. They look so real and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they want to advance, the UK movie space as well. And so if you can come in with your talents, I mean, and that's the stage. Just to quickly chip in, that is where the UK immigration has moved to. I was talking to our immigration partner, and she was analyzing everything to me, because she's someone, they've been in this space for the past 18 years. She was analyzing to me how, during the old JAPA period, that's, the focus for the government was employer-led, meaning employers are the ones that have the right to choose who they want to sponsor or give work permits and all of this. However, we have now moved back to individual-led. I was not like, I've never even, because of course, before JAPA, I did not know what was there. I mean, I came in before JAPA, but I don't know what was the large mass, whatever, before then. But what am I trying to say? What she was not trying to explain to me was that now is individual-led, meaning that each individual needs to justify why they need, because they're not going to a mass anymore. Because an employer can do a mass. Once employer get license, is what they give. But now they want to know each person they are giving these settlements, whatever, to. Meaning, is either you are in high income roles, based on what they've said, earning above 50K to get fast track, or you are like starting a business that is generating income and you're volunteer. You see this volunteering, it was in their words, it's in their white paper. Volunteering for initiatives, volunteering for things that are moving the country forward or moving the economy forward. And then, exceptional talents. They are trying to attract people that are actually going to add value. For some reason, that we know, they don't, maybe they don't know. They are assuming that everybody that came in the last few years, they are all in low income roles. Even though I know the reason why. The reason why is because as me, they just allow people to do interview, get the job, and start working without sponsorship. People will work in the actual fields they are qualified for. But the reason why people are working in skills they are not really qualified for, or that is below them, It's because of the barrier that is, because of the barrier basically, but their system is what it is, right? Anyways, I'm just trying to highlight quickly that shift that has happened in the immigration trajectory that we all need to wake up to work on our individual self, to make sure that we are high income professionals, exceptional talents in whatever it is we are doing, that have evidence and receipts. That's why you need to go out. You never know when a picture you took with somebody that is with your work. You never know when you need to show that in as a credibility. There's something they call borrowed credibility. That credibility, you don't need to have even, you don't need to be the key person. And that's what I mean. When I go to events, I take picture with me. I used to target people. You okay? I take picture with you. Okay. That time I post you on my page. Rookie, you have blown. No. Oh, yes, of course, I've blown. That's how you blow too. Take pictures with people that matter, and not just take pictures. Share your work with them. If you have your work with, if you're an author, take your book. Or take a picture with Prime Minister with your book if possible. Anyway, moving on.
So, Ruki, thank you for chipping in that, because these are key information that you don't get to hear outside, and that you have to hold at hand. Doing a free work does not mean that the people will not value you. It's just for you to get who you want in your circle. That connect it goes a long way. So let's have that at the back of our mind. And some of the documents,
Back to the documents. Yeah, you submitted. The documents you submitted.
Yeah, the documents that you will submit, number one is, of course, you have to have an IMDb page. IMDb.
Guys, let me show you guys on Google.
Yeah.
I've seen that. If you Google any popular actor, let's do Idris Elba, so that you guys can know what we are talking about. I hope you guys can see my screen. Idris Elba. There's no way you Google a popular actor. Can you guys see?
That's the first thing.
Wikipedia. The first thing you will see is their IMDb. So if you're a creative person and you don't have an IMDb, you've got it free. This thing, this is where you will now, the list of, it's just like your portfolio that you have as a developer. You can see all the projects he has worked on, live and direct. No need. This is a third-party verification platform for the work that are affiliated to you and that you have contributed to.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know that this IMDb too, you can still add projects that are not there yet if you create it. So if you've worked on projects and they are not there, you can actually get yourself added to it basically. So let's check on Jeremiah Irabo. Is that your name on IMDb?
Irabo, yeah. Anthony Jeremiah. You will see. No, you have to spell.
Don't worry. Google is a smart something. See, that's brought it out. Number one results. The SEO of the IMDb is shining. Can you see? You can see Jerry's work as well. You can see his Oyibo sweater, and you can. Okay. You can see the works that are attributable to him. Rattlesnake, the Anahanasori, Omogeto. You're going to tell us how you got... Okay, you've told us anyway. How did you not get them to add you to IMDb? You just told them, add me to IMDb. What if they don't use IMDb?
So the thing is, you could actually add yourself to a film that you've made, not to a film that you've not made. If you have not made any film and you add yourself to it, and the author of that or the owner of that film get to find out, it's going to implicate you. So you need to be very, very careful. So you can actually add yourself to a film without the authorization of the person. But if the person finds out that you are not a member of, because they have their credits, every film have their credits. So if, for instance, I add myself to Rattlesnake, and then the director or the producer goes to check and denies it, then it becomes a problem. There's a case, there's an ongoing case that Home Office denied someone that I know, and the person went ahead to add himself to a project that he didn't even make. So, and that's kind of flagged him. And
It's where home office is even going. There's nothing they cannot try to verify you. They want
they
you to
verify everything. And people
they
try
can
to
reach out to the main person. So if you have relation, if you can see, if you have, for those of you that are in that industry, if you have relationship with people too, you can also talk to them. Not say it's impossible. Okay. That's that. Okay, I think someone says I should check their own profile on IMDb.
Okay.
You're not on IMDb, Akitunde. Eh? But you're on Film Freeway. Is that like an alternative to that? Hmm?
No, IMDb is one of the criteria for filmmakers.
Do you know this one, Film Free?
So what Akintunde, what I would advise you is, I mean, as much as you have a profile here for film, yeah, I've heard of Film Freeway. As much as you have this, if you can actually open an IMDb for free, right? And then register and add yourself to it and add some of the film that you've done to your IMDb. Do you understand? You can do that. You can do that for free.
What if the films are not on IMDb? Who puts them on IMDb?
There's no film you make today that is not on IMDb.
People YouTube films.
Well, I can't say of YouTube films, but there's no film that goes to the cinema or that goes. Even some YouTube films, some YouTube films can be added to IMDb. Why not? As long as
who does the adding? Oh, okay, you are there, but you didn't put your full name. They might not be able to find you too.
Yeah. So as long as you have these, but this is not.
Yeah, let's review his profile. He's got 1 previous and 3. No, these are not real movies though. Are you French speaking, or which country is this? Oluwayinka. Why are all your movies not English?
No, I think it's just see.
Is it my own settings?
I think it's yours. I think it's the settings that you went to. It's
okay, maybe.
It's
all right. It's all right. Like more people are saying we should check their own.
I don't think we'll be able to do all that today. But if they can drop me a message, I can help them check it and then.
Okay, moving on. So we've talked about IMDb. That's number 1.
That's number 1. IMDb.
We all know IMDb now.
Then your CV. You need to have a CV.
CV.
Yes, and then awards of nominations. You need to have 3 letter of recommendations.
Awards for yourself or for the movies you've been featured in? Which one?
For the movies, either for yourself or for the movies you have been featured in.
Okay.
So awards and nomination. So this is really very trickish. So for awards and nomination, you cannot claim a movie that won the best actor, right? A movie that has the best actor, you can't claim that movie as. I mean, you can say it's your movie, but you can't present it as
because
awards
it's actor they gave the award, right?
Because it is actor that they give the award to.
The award has to be the movie award, so that everybody that worked on the movie gets a credit.
Exactly.
But if they gave Idris Elba best award actor, and that's the only category that movie featured, you cannot use that because they did not give the movie an award. They gave the actor, and you're not the actor. If you are the actor now, fair enough. Okay?
So it's only if your department, like let's say the best cinematography, right? Under cinematography, there's director of cinematographer, there's second camera up, there's photographer. I mean, photographers can also be in that department. You can say second assistant or drone operator can also be in that department. So anybody that they give as, if they give that movie best cinematography, you also qualify. If you're a cinematographer in that department, you also qualify because it is best cinematography in that category. So you need to be very, very careful. Not every movie that won an award you can present. You can't. Not every movie that wins an award is qualified for this global talent. You need to know what category that movie wins.
Okay,
do you understand? Cool. So very, very
That's
important.
3: IMDb, CV, awards. What other thing?
And you need to have international distribution. No, before we get into that, you need to have media recognition. So media recognition is that if you are part of a film, you need to have kind of like done a sort of publications on your name, because these are the things that they will go and look at. So like, just like when you said you were at Arise Television, right? That's a media publication. You can add it to your portfolio, and anyone that wants to check you out can see all those things. Media publication. So this is one of the things that you need to have. 2 media publications.
Okay.
Then you need to have letter of recommendation. This one is the most important. 2 letter of recommendation from your country of residence. No, from the country that you are coming from, right? And then 1 UK letter of recommendation.
Okay.
So 2 from, let's assume you are from Nigeria and you came into the UK. So they need you to have 2 letter of recommendation from Nigeria and then 1 letter of recommendation from here in the UK.
Okay, so 3. That's 3.
Letter of recommendation.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 was okay. What else?
And then the next one is letter of significance contribution. This one could be anybody in any movie that you've done. It could be
movie. Can it not be documentary?
Yeah, it could be documentary. It could be TV series. Project. It could be it could be podcast, TV series. It could be short film. It could be podcast. Anything. Podcast, is it part of TV? I don't know, because podcast just started evolving, right?
Yeah, So like, if you want to use exceptional, it would have to be maybe a TV interview that it's not what they call podcast basically.
I think for you to be able to qualify for exceptional talent, you need to have a bigger budget
it needs to be a public project and not just my personal podcast and
yes. Because
if it's like a big podcast like Diary of a CEO and you're the cinematographer on that kind of podcast.
Yes, something like that.
Not just I'm a podcast, I set camera in my office or in my home office.
No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So
guys, start dropping your questions, guys. You definitely must have a question. Your question does not have to be about this particular. It can be any tech or any other global talent. I can confidently answer questions around other type of global talent, because I know that yes, we only have 1 or 2. We have a few people who are in the creative space, but guess what? Ask your questions as it relates. I think last time around as well, we had this self-sponsorship. Guess what? In this space as well, if it looks like global talent is doing as it like, you can also go for self-sponsorship, right? The last video for our self-sponsorship is still on YouTube. You can go and watch it. Any business at all can try the self-sponsorship, right? Last time was a photographer sharing with us about, how he used his photography skills, for self-sponsorship. But the good thing about the global talent is that once you get the global talent visa, you can work anywhere at all. You can work anywhere, right, at all. Okay, so we have questions already dropping. Keep dropping them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
help us drop the rest of your
So the last one here is international sales distribution. I will explain this. Okay. Is when I say international distribution sales, is that I'll use Omogeto as an instance. For Omogeto, Funke Akindele sold over I think almost 800,000 um um over 800,000.
Billboard.
That's what,
Is it box office?
yeah, box office. Yeah, you need to have, you need your, that movie must be on box office, because box office will be the one that will tell you a particular revenue that was made from that movie, right?
The publicly verifiable source of.
Yes,
Mm.
of that particular movie, because box office will be the one to, box office will declare the value of that film, and will also declare the numbers of viewers that watch the movie. So you need that particular movie needs to be on an international distribution sales. So these are things that the person that is going to help you build the application will help you find out. You don't have to do all these things, because if you want to do it yourself, it's okay, you can do it yourself. But all these things are things that you need to know, which are actively not listed on gov.uk, but people have access to all these things. I don't know.
The thing with this global talent is that, and that's why a lot of people make the mistake where they get their own global talent, and because of that they want to start helping or consulting big time. The truth of the matter is that the criteria that got one person global talent might not work for the next person, because some things will have casted.
Yeah.
The way things cast under this global talent is like no brainer. Even in the tech space, there are some things that some people will do. They will get their talents, but they will get their visa, bam, they will escaped. By the time they start helping others, all the rules changed, and they will start getting rejection for people again. So it's just always good to make sure that that foundation is as pure, organic, and and this thing as possible.
Even if I always say, even if you want someone to help you to build the application, you need to have like a baseline
yourself
of yourself being in that space, right? Because it's not enough to be a photographer, right? But the photographer has to be in the film making industry, because at first when I told the guy building my application that I'm a videographer and I do events and all, the answer was the very first answer the guy said was no. That was the very first answer he told me. He said, "You videographer, an event videographer is not listed in the criteria." And truly, he sent me a very funny link, and I went to check it. Videographer, it was listed there. That's PACT is also a body that Home Office that work in hand with Home Office that they do verification. Literally, they do verification for Home Office. Before then, they will not tell Art and Council that you are qualified, right? So it is listed on their website that videographer for events are not qualified, because they are not in the film and television body. So it's not enough for you to
even if you do videography for photo for events, it can be what's your best foot forward.
Yes, exactly.
You can be doing it, you can have it, but that cannot be how you present yourself.
I mean, what we are talking about here is exceptional talent. It's not just, I mean, you know what that word exceptional means. It's you are
So is it that there's no promise at all in
no, there's no promise in film and television at all. But for music, there's promise for music. And
so your international sales, whatever, be cinema.
Yes. So I mean, if you look at all the criteria that they're asking for, if you look at it, is it something you can easily get anywhere? Just look at all the
things. Exactly. If you don't have it, you just don't have it.
That's the truth. So it's not just you saying that this is what you can do or this is what I have, but the question is all the things, all the documents you can gather, is it enough? Is it even up to half of the criteria? Because the truth is, if you have at least 70% of this entire criteria, there's a tendency that someone will help you build the application to make you qualify. But if you don't have up to 70%, even if you have 50%, it's not enough.
It's not enough. You might yeah.
Do you understand? And I feel that's why a lot of people get rejected, because there's nothing convincing to be able to make the application sell.
There's
because
some
you are
things
telling.
that might have worked at the beginning, but
Yeah.
the more people are getting endorsed, the more stricter, because they want to make the funnel tighter, basically. So there are some things that some people have done in their own period 5 years ago. By now, it casted, like, even things that were accepted last year are no longer accepted again. Anyway, to
Absolutely.
summarize the documentations you mentioned, and a very important award like BAFTA, AMC, VCA, and so on
Yeah.
and so forth,
Yeah.
you must have contributed directly and relevantly to.
Yeah.
For example, best cinematography award could be stronger than contribution to an acting award. Basically, it said that as well. Qualify by showing international distribution, sales, and recognition. Awards from the past notable industry recognition. Strong evidences can include box office sales, official listing crediting you, distribution agreements across multiple territories, license agreements with recognized media platforms, festival screening in multiple territories, high-profile media interviews or coverage, credits on internationally distributed network. You need to position for the application around your cinematography leadership and not just general production.
Yeah.
Your evidence should show things like films, documentaries, TV production, visual projects where you were credited as the cinematographer or director of photography, recognized award, international screening, press recognition, and letters from producers, directors, broadcasters, studios, production companies, or recognized industry bodies. So it's not just something that's, but guess what? Cinematography is not the only pathway to getting global talents.
Yeah.
Neither is it only arts and culture. Today we've got a special guest who is sharing his own unique journey and pathway to getting it. But this is not the only way to get it. Now we're going to, before we start taking, or let's take the questions, and then I'll tell, is there any other tips that you think helped you?
Well, one of the things that actually helped me was that um I would say that I reach out when it gets to time when I am to ask for letter of recommendation. I reach out to quite a number of people in Nigeria, and I kept getting no as an answer. It actually discouraged me, but I kept going, and it was one of the reasons why. I mean, I kept on going, and I reached out to about 10 people that I know I have actively worked with, and out of the 10 people, I only got 2 from Nigeria, which is what I need actually. So I got one from. I mean, I've worked with Ramsey Noah, but you cannot get in touch with Ramsey Noah. I don't know if anyone knows Ramsey Noah here, except you know them personally. You cannot get in touch with them. So I literally did not go through Ramsey Noah. I reached out to his producer, that's Mr. Chris. I mean, that amazing man. I had to reach out to him, and he works directly with Ramsey Noah, and I had to reach out to him and say, "See, this is what I want to do." And he said, "Don't worry, I'm going to just send an official email to me, and I will help you out." So then I started looking for others as well, and I reached out to. I couldn't get in touch with Moabudu because she's big. Big people. You literally have to. Because I didn't work with her directly, and that's the thing. Because I didn't work with her directly, I only worked on the film that she produced, right? So I didn't have any sort of connection with her. So I couldn't get in touch with her, to be honest. And even Funke Akindele, I couldn't get in touch with her. So I had to go through JJC Skills, who was also a producer on that movie as well. So that was how I was able to reach out to. I mean, it took this thing I'm telling you, it took almost a month. Because reaching out to people,
just a month is what you call almost a month. Some people 1 year they're still on the
So-
almost. But the thing is that the work has been done. Do you get?
Yeah.
Which is fine. The work was already done, so you are not pulling a work of 1 month. You are pulling receipts for work that you already did and relationships you already built. And guess what? You have to necessarily defend people that
my application was the fastest I've ever seen. My application took. I did my global talent application in less than 3 months. Some people take. The guy that actually introduced me to this guy that helped me build my application, this guy's application was pending for 7 months. So you can see. So once you have that's what I'm saying. If you have at
Once it's
least
credible beyond doubt that this guy did this work, this guy is who he says he is,
yeah.
then, and that's credibility you can start building. So you don't need to be there. If you are still like on your student visa, you know it will take you 3 years before you complete your whatever, and before you will need global talent. Start putting in the work. You never know. Even if you don't use it for global talent, you might use it for something else.
Yeah.
Start putting in the work. Start doing something today, towards that route. And if you figure out that, what, even global talent is not what you need eventually, it will never waste. That was what's the waste you got. So for some of this job you got paid. For the ones you didn't get paid, you are listed. The credit is given to you and everything for it, and you can reach out to those that would give you the credit anyway, and which you got.
So I have a friend. I have a friend who is currently in the fashion route, and because of the fashion criteria also is kind of a bit strict as well. But because he's a fashionista, to be honest, but he wants to go through that route, and he's something that he knows that is going to be relevant in. So what he does, what he did actually was he traveled. I know a lot of people can't do this, but he's willing to do that. So he traveled down to Nigeria to start his fashion line, start doing media publications, start doing a lot of things, start networking, start going to events. So he has been preparing himself down ahead. I mean, he's on a visa, to be honest, but he said that visa he's not seeing himself for long in that visa. So he wants something that he knows is comfortable with. So he started preparing himself, started positioning himself, going to reach out to a lot of people in the fashion industry, taking pictures, taking videos, archiving all those things and all. So he's on that path already because he knows where he's going to. So you might not be in that space yet. And I'm using this to actually encourage people. You might not be in that space yet, but if you can't position yourself
by all means.
But that's the word. By all means, position yourself by all means, because you know where you want to go to. So position yourself with this information you have. Start gathering all these documents little by little by little.
To go and do some things. Go to STV. I know a friend of mine. So anyway, I brought him.
It could be pro bono. It could actually be pro bono.
Even collect ambassador self. He collect ambassador for youth ECOWAS, but that period, I'm like, what's this guy doing back to back? But once you are, like some people say, once you see some people that are working towards global talents, you will know them because you start seeing all their work everywhere. This guy is coming with something big. Having said that, traveling back home to put some things in place is not so much. I know people that in this UK that we are living, when they want to do content for their page, content that I do every day, like they first travel to Lagos to go and do 1 month so they can do content and come back. And I'm like, travel to Lagos to do content. They don't tell me they've done 500 contents in. I'm like, why do you even get all there? Because me, once I sit down, like it has to be as the spirit leads. Anyways, let's take the questions now. And I'm sure there are so many questions that will come because we need to wrap this up as soon as possible. I hope it's been informative so far. I hope it's been insightful. Please, let's celebrate, Jerry. Jerry could be, by the way, do you know what Jerry does now? Jerry, were you at Arsenal? Did you shoot the final?
I am a Manchester United fan, so I didn't go to Arsenal.
By the way, if they pay you money to come and shoot, he shoots real life football now. Live football, like one of those cinematographers that used to follow the football up and down. But anyways, and that's what's and I think what I love about his journey is that he tried getting into tech. Actually, he got into tech, but he knew that he needed a pathway that was more ownership focused. And after he got his global talent, he was also not able to get a job of his passion that he enjoys doing. Like, how can your job just be like, carrying camera and you're getting paid? I know it's not as simple as that, but yeah.
It's actually
it's something you do already. It's something you enjoy doing.
So the thing about outside broadcasting is that it's one of the most difficult industry in the world, because everything you are doing it on the spot. So there's no room for mistake.
All
There's
those
no
people that
room for
say
error.
we are live from the site of the, and then you see background like when they
So
are shooting from
everything
war,
in a
from
football in a
flood.
football in a football in a football in a football event, everything you see there is not something that they've done or something they've done prior to that event. It's something that is being done live, and you watch it and you enjoy it. So there's a lot of people at the back end doing a lot of things, down to rolling of cables, down to setting up things, down to the sound, the lights, the cameras. Everybody are working on the go, and that's what makes that industry very, very difficult. So not anyhow person can even enter into that industry. If you are not sound, you can't even enter into that industry. So you have to push yourself to a very high limit to be able to even meet up with that standard. And that standard, and that industry is something that has been evolving over time. So the level of production you watch 5 years ago or maybe 3 years ago is quite different from the level of production you're watching now. So it's something that is really, really highly demanding, um, um, and they are really short of people. To be honest, they are short of people because most of the people there in that industry are not full time. They are all freelance. Like 70% of people in that industry are freelance. So they need more people in that industry, but it's not easy. I must say it is not an easy industry to get in, but you have to position yourself. It is possible to get into it, but you need to position yourself. You need to position
Fantastic.
yourself.
Now let's start taking the questions. How can one approach letter of recommendation? Someone said letter from a Birmingham council was rejected because it was regional. So how can one get a national recommendation in UK for literature?
Okay, in that who did you
I think
you
this is for
get?
literature, so I don't know. So I mean, the same way the person got for Birmingham Council, probably what they need to be getting is, from council is local government and then MP or something. From what's the higher level? Is it House of Commons or House of Parliament or something? I don't know. But after council, the next.
Well, I think I've seen someone that got a letter of recommendation from their school, right? He worked. I think it was in the art and culture department. I don't even know what that department is, but he was able to speak to his lecturer. This is even my friend. He was able to speak to his lecturer because he did a project with the lecturer. So the lecturer actually gave him a recommendation, right? So you need to, because the thing is, home office will verify from them. That's the thing. So it has to be either either a director, a producer, or a company owner, preferably, or someone that they can actually reach out to, and then will be able to say, yes, you worked on this project with us. Because if they're reaching out to, let's say, a council, the question is, who is the person that is going to reply that email when that email comes in? So a lot of things can even throw you off guard, and that's why you need to be very, very careful. If you don't have a personal relationship with the person that is giving you recommendation, because definitely I can tell you for a fact that they are going to reach out to the person. This is not maybe I'm assuming, or maybe I've seen
Which is why
cases.
we need to go. I was saying it. You know what you see? We need to do more. We need to be more intentional with our lives. That's just the truth. You want someone that is an MP, or I don't know, not MP, because that's even political. They don't want political. They want like whatever it is, the council. You should know who it is for your destiny. Look
And
at
the
one or two
person,
people,
because
follow them.
because
Everybody goes to events in the UK. If they have an event, if the event is £300, buy ticket and go. Buy tickets, buy VIP if you have to. Go to this event, network with these people, collect their number. Don't ask for it on the first day. Collect their number or whatever. Tell them all the wonderful things you are doing. that you know aligns with their work, and let them remember you by that. Continue with the connection. Catch up for a coffee or a tea. One day, you bring it up, but we need to build relationship. There are so many people I have access to right now in my network that probably I might not need them, but there's so many people that need them. And it doesn't even work that way that I'll tell someone I just met to help you do something, tell somebody else to do something. When even me, I'm nurturing the relationship. You need to get out there and do your own thing. I've had a lot of people that say, this is your events that are always going to. Can you carry me along? I can't carry you along. I can bring these people together in a room. You guys come into this room. I have specially curated everybody that are coming to speak to you in this room. I can't share a number that someone just shared with me with you. That's not the way it works.
I think the point you buttress on, I think is you're very correct, and I will use the LWB event as a case study. I traveled from Scotland to London.
Scotland, though.
And I reached out to Rookie and I said, "See, I would like to be one of the media partners for your event," and I gave her a proposal. And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I like this idea. Okay, let's get on it." And I just told her, "Okay, just give me transport. I'll bring in all my things." And
yes, so
that was how we connected. And me attending the event was an eye opener for me. Apart from the fact that I went there to help in the media aspect, but there are some certain things I got from it in terms of financials, global. In fact, then I didn't even have my global talent yet, but because of the people, the speakers that spoke, and they kind of like boosted my they boosted my morale. They made me think deep that
you can be more. You have it.
You can actually be more of this. Yeah. So I went back and I was like, okay, at this point in time, this is actually what I want, and this is the direction I want to go. So events like these are very, very important.
6 months after, he just called me one day and like, "Rookie, I've got good news. I'm going to share this at next LWB. What is the good news?" And he said he's gotten his global talent. I was so happy for him, because and it's not the only success story we have. We have people. There's a video as well that we just posted on the LWB page. One of the ladies that attended, and this person not only attended, she spoke to the right person at that event. She registered her business by the time she got home. We thought it was play. She registered it. She posted about it that I've just registered my tech company. I'm starting my tech company. Come January this year, that same company she opened June. I was there as a speaker to come and speak from a business that, she started right after she was not only inspired but encouraged to take action. And now this person is also getting an award. This person now came again to me like recently, like, I'm also getting on this kind of, I need this support. There's no way, because this person is in my ecosystem. Maybe it's me the person targeted and came to the event. I don't know, but it's working because they've come to my events more than once. I've seen them. I've seen the impact that the event has had on them. If they ask me for anything, I probably will be able to do it for them, because they're not just someone I met, somewhere that are just asking me for help. And that's the way it works with people that are very busy and everything like that. So what are we trying to say? Try to leave your house. Leave your house, and come to London and come to anywhere. Go to anywhere. Target people that are useful for you. I'm currently applying for innovator visa. How can RQY help me as an alumni, exceptionally with reference? With innovator visa, you don't need reference. What you need is a very good idea that is viable, scalable, and I'm the next person I'm bringing to speak to, because I brought skilled worker visa last week, right? This week I'm bringing this one. We are bringing global talents. Maybe I'll bring innovator visa. By the way, at LWB, we are bringing beneficiaries of all these visas. By the way, Jerry will still be at LWB this year. He has been to other events I've had after the first LWB too that he came to. And that's how you keep up with relationship. You never know when you will need them, and you never know people you connect to. If you want to connect with Jerry, maybe Jerry can even be someone that will give you recommendation as a UK-based, media production company in the future. Who knows? Come to LWB and come and meet him face to face, because it's not going to do it for you because you attended this webinar. Anyway, having done that, what you need as for innovator visa is a very good idea that is variable, scalable, your business plan and all those things. And you need to have £50,000 or thereabout, depending on what your business need, either in your account or in the account of an investor that has given you a letter that I'm willing to invest this £50,000 in this person's idea. And that's it. Over. Okay. What if you are on COS already and you want to switch to Global Talent Visa? Say tech, how do you package? The same way. You package your evidences, your receipts, your receipts that shows that you are an exceptional person. App downloads. Are you an app developer? Are you on which area? Is it commercial, business side, or the tech side? You will not believe that as simple as all this information we are sharing here. I met somebody that's got over 500k followers on their Instagram. They are like the big boy influencers of Nigeria that just moved to the UK. And they did global talent application. And they submitted for tech instead of the other side. Simple mistake that is avoidable. They submitted for tech instead of business. And when they were sharing it, I'm like, so even first of all, you even need visa. Oh, second of all, you now applied again. You made a simple mistake that you could have avoided if you opened up your mouth and shared, the issue you have. Anyway, if you're on COS already and you want to switch, you just need to look at what the criteria is, and try to put together those evidences. There's so many YouTube resources out there. By the way, like I said, we have an immigration partner we're working with as well that can help you either with skilled worker visa, innovator visa, or global talents. With the way it works with them, all you need to do is to book that first consultation strategy call, and they will recommend the one that is best for you based on the situation, the time you have left. If you also need to do extensions on your visa bill so that you can get the best, they can also do all of that. They are an immigration solutions. I'm going to share their links and their websites and everything with you when we get there. Share your contact details so we can reach out to you. I need to know if my experience and career exposure could position me for global talent visa. Okay, so you guys can connect with Jerry on LinkedIn. But how do you want them to connect with you? But he's not a global talent consultant. People should not say you now paid. You now whatever. He's not told you he's a global talent consultant. We work with an immigration partner that has been doing this for 18 years. But please feel free to connect with him. Come to LWB to meet him face to face as well. I'm sure he can provide guidance to you. But guess what? You guys should be ready to pay people that would help you, because that's the only way that you can get all the support you need. Can you apply for global talent as a project manager who has worked mostly in business operations lead in Nigeria? You need to go and check the criteria for global talents. Project management. Is project management on the roll? If project management is there, what type of project management is there? And that's one of the things you need to do. And if it's just there, if project management is there, doing a boot camp alone is not the only thing you need as a project manager. What are the projects you've managed? What's the commercial value of the project you've managed? Getting on the boot camp or getting on a volunteer position is just a starting point. You now need to develop a career out of it, or you develop like receipts. Global talent is all about receipts. Can a photographer apply for global talent visa? Yes, a photographer can. But based on everything he has said, gone are the days where you need barest minimum to get this global talent. Now you need more than enough evidence to show you're not just any photographer. You are an exceptional photographer that has worked on big projects that have commercial value, that have everything else he has said about. So if you're a photographer that worked on projects like the kind of projects he has mentioned as well, by all means, or you can get recommendation from people that have worked on those kind of projects. By all means, by the way, if that does not work, skilled worker visa can also work. The last person we had was a photographer. We'll share the link to our YouTube so that I can watch the recording for that as well. And the recording for this will also be on our YouTube. For me, I use digital marketing services in Nigeria as a freelancer, but stopped since coming to the UK. How can I build now to be able to apply for GTV, promising talent realistically? Like I said, you can book a strategy call or a consultation call with our immigration people that would look at all the options. They will treat you as a case, basically. They will look at all your options. I think to book a first consultation with them is £150. And, they would look at all your options. We'll share their link with you and you can take it from there. What would you advise for someone like me who ran a successful construction project in Lagos? I have a robust portfolio of past projects with evidential materials such as clients' website, blah, blah. First thing you need to go and check is construction project management on the list for global talent visa on the Tech Nation website for those of you that are in tech. Okay? That's the first thing you need to do. Can I get to talk to you directly? Yes, you can talk to him directly. I've worked with Keniso back home and I've tried global talent and I got rejected. In fact, I got one of my letters for Joshua Alabi. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure
I know him.
I'm sure you can connect with Jerry, by the way. Connect with Jerry by all means.
Yeah, let him talk to me. I work with Joshua Alabi as well, so you can get in touch with me on that.
Okay, can a recommendation letter being submitted be dated April when the application is in June? Can it be a month ago?
Can you say that again?
And your recommendation letter be a month or 2 months ago?
So try as much as possible not to make it too long because of the time frame you have to gather all your evidences. So there's also a timeline, a time frame for gathering all your documents. So you also need to be very, very careful about that. You are going to be working with timeline, and I'm sure the consultant that we will give to you will tell you the time frame that they can work with you. I mean, if you are willing to work with a consultant, so they will tell you, they will be able to tell you the time frame at which you are supposed to actually get a particular evidence ready. So it shouldn't take too long. To be honest, it shouldn't take too long.
Okay, thank you so much. Next question. Oh, next question is your tickets for LWB. Have you booked your tickets for LWB? Please book your tickets. I think the first step is to get those compiling the applications to ascertain the feasibility. The first thing is to go through a consultation to check your feasibility before you start paying anybody.
So I'm also going to, I don't know if with your permission, I'm also going to share a link for those that are asking if I meet up with the requirement, if my role is under art and council and everything, if I'm qualified for a particular global talent or not. So I'm going to send you a link of the list of roles that are not qualified and the list of job roles that are qualified under the global talent. So
yeah, if you can feel that, we can always share it in the recall mail or whatever, so that they can in the replay mail. Okay, what is there provision? How much do you charge RKY for GTV application? I don't do GTV application because, like I said, they keep changing the goalposts. So I refer people to immigration consultants that, they have rope on their neck. They have 18 years of experience and they've worked across periods and seasons. They keep changing the goalposts of the global talents. And to be honest, I don't have energy for stress. That's my boot camp. I'm doing enough. Is there any provision for a writer with published book? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think you can.
It's not just one book. I'm an author as well. I don't think that's enough.
You can talk to an academia. I think they should be able to.
I think there's even arts and culture for literature. You need to be a literature, like somebody that writes children books, telling folk tales, and you have a lot of published books. Where are your published books? Are they bestsellers? Those are all the things that will now come in. There was a time I know that I know someone that got global talents on book that they don't even know that wrote. They just have paper cover on top of book that's already existing. And she got the global talent. I don't even know how it was easy one time, but anyway, involve me in your events, coach. Well, you are welcome, Madam Content Creator. We are looking for content creators, and we are looking for content creators. My media team for LWB Lagos and London. I need a very big media team. I have media needs, right? So please join the team on the media team. Like everyone is welcome. Guys, don't miss LWB for anything. I was there last year, LWB 3.0, and I volunteered. I've registered for 4.0 again. I've gotten my holiday to attend. So if you need to get holiday to attend, please do. Okay. Thank you so much, Paul, for sharing that. I've started the application. There's space for two work academic references. Don't just go and put in application before you get your evidences. So I want to believe this person already have their evidences. I know someone that wasted all their money for this. They put in application and the thought application is first before you go and gather evidences. As the RQY data.
Okay, I would like to jump in on that. We've actually done for someone that his visa is expiring in 1 week. And we put in so that's everything boils down to you having a very, very good profile. If you have a very good profile and they are able to build your profile very well, why not? You can apply. You can apply for the stage 1 even before the stage 2. Why not? You can. But just know that the application they are building for you is going to pass. Because if it doesn't pass, both the stage 1 and the stage 2, you'll get rejected for it. So we've actually done for a guy that went ahead and put in an application and at the end of the day, he got endorsed and he was able to move to stage 2. So if you have a very good application, it's going to pass.
If it's sure for you that you
yes.
get approved.
So it's very
Can
risky.
use that
To be
push.
honest,
I know
it's very risky, but
it's risky. Because I know some
it's-
people do it as well, that they put in a self-sponsor, they put in sponsorship application and they choose a future biometric dates. I'm not telling you anything, no. It's something I've heard before.
it's very risky. If you know
Biometric
you
date of
can't
like
do it,
next year,
fine, but it's
they
risky.
will not have application in forever. Anyway,
It's risky.
as a director data analyst student alumni, is it possible to position for global talent? And please explain. Anybody can position for that global talent, but you need to check the criteria for global talent. Okay, global talents. You need to check if data analysis is on the list first of all. If data analysis is on the list, what type of data analyst? What type of evidences do I need as a data analyst to show that I'm exceptional, I'm the best in after jollof rice? There's a lady I know that got global talents under data analysis and everything. She's an author. She produced a book on engineering, data engineering, that got recommended by someone in a uni or Amazon, and she added some other things. Let's not see this thing is exceptional talents. The question you need to ask is that, do I have a profile? Not that am I exceptional. You can be exceptional, but do you have something to show that I'm exceptional? If you don't have it now, it's possible to build it. Okay? If we have to pitch for innovator, officer, can we have you help look at it, and how do we book a consultation? If you have an idea that you think you want to pass through, you want to run by me, I have a career consultation. I have a business advisory consultation, where we can look at the business and we can make it a bit more tech enabled. And this is for the innovator visa, right? And there's a link for that. I think you can find it on my shop front or shop store. What's it called? And we can share it with you here as well. Right. Okay, thank you, Jerry, for sharing with us tonight. It has been insightful. Rookie, thanks again for putting this session together. You're welcome. By the way, I can't wait to bring you on board as well to share your own success story to the group. Okay? I am a video editor for Arise News TV. Can I apply for Global Talents Visa as a television worker? We actually don't have credits to our names. Yeah. Use your skill beyond your television work too, so that you can.
I actually get this. I get this a lot.
Yeah. I know someone that worked with BBC too. She came to me and worked with BBC.
So the thing is, is it enough? No, it's not. You being an editor for a TV station, and that's one thing about all these TV stations, is that you don't get to grow. You are just in a confined space. You don't get to grow. But what I would advise is that you can get yourself involved as a video editor, which is an edge for you. You can get yourself in several films. Even if it is not paid, just get yourself involved in several films. Even if you are not the main editor, you can also act as an associate editor. Maybe you work with an editor on a particular project. Just make sure that your name is on the credits. Try and work towards that. You can. No one says you can't be an editor in Arise TV. You can't be an editor in an Arise TV. But the thing is, the disadvantage of working in TV news or television news like Arise is that they literally don't have end credits in most of their programs. Some they do, but not in all. So you need to also position yourself in a global space, like in the movie industry. Being an editor in a TV station is not enough to be to qualify you for a global talent. So come out, get out from your comfort zone, and be like a second editor, or maybe even a third editor in a particular movie, right? Even if that is going to be your only contribution to that movie, even if you are not paid for it. But position yourself, and that's what we've been purchasing on. Position yourself. You need to position yourself in a place whereby you are going to be seen, right? So, Bosu, just try and come out from your.
You need to start using your skill sets basically on ventures. In addition to being a video editor for where you work, you need to also start doing some industry-based, gigs that would give you more visibility, that will put you more out there, that would give you receipts basically, right? That will give you the receipts you need, because global talent is not about who you are inside. You know yourself, which is fine. Yeah. It's about what people can see. Some people that don't even have anything, they are able to put together a profile that is strong enough because they have receipts. So invest more in creating receipts, borrowed credibility, borrow credibility from, the good thing is that from your Arise TV news, whatever, you have a good opportunity, which is you have a producer, you have a director,
you can reach out to them as part of your recommendation. You can reach out to them. Who says you can't do that? You can actually, but you need to understand that there are other criteria too that will also sell you out. Because if you say Arise TV, literally home office might not even know Arise TV, might not even know anyone in Arise TV. But if someone in Arise TV that is well known can give you a recommendation
outside of Arise,
you can take you really far.
And then you have people come in, celebrities come in.
Yeah, why not? You can leverage on that as well.
Oga Chairman, can you add me to this, your producer, something? Chairman, can you give me credits here, give me credits there? Can I come and do this gig for you for free? I'm very good at this. I do it for Arise TV. I can do it for you for free. And they'll be like, Arise TV. This person, and you are the one that know what you want to get out of it. And again, when volunteering too, let's have.
And I will make an instance. When I was working with Gravity Media as a tech assistant, and when I put that in my CV, any organization I go to meet and I tell them I work as a tech assist in Gravity Media, they are like, no, this guy knows what he's doing. So Arise TV is a big name in Nigeria, so leverage on it and use it to get other gigs for yourself. So leverage on it is very, very important.
Okay. So many more questions. Please, can we drop the link for people to join the community? So we now maintain a channel for people that are outside of our alumni community that want to join and stay in touch to attend sessions like this, right? So it's a channel. You just need to, be in the channel. I will bring all these sessions to you. We want to have you as part of our community, even if you've not passed through our boot camps or business programs before. Okay, so so somebody is saying you should create a WhatsApp group for Nigeria in media, except you already have that. Do we have a group for media people in Nigeria or something?
Yeah, there are several communities in the UK here that I've joined, but they literally they don't talk about all these things because these things are not.
It's not everybody's problem.
Yeah, so
why you need to go to events that are curated specially for immigrants.
Not until you tell someone your problem, no one knows, no one even cares.
That's one of the reasons why I created LWB. One thing I found out that I used to go to events a lot, but when I get to events, even when they're talking about things that are peculiar to us, they don't understand your own pain points.
Yes.
And that was why we created our own events where we can comfortably talk about immigration without anybody making us feel like, we don't belong. We can talk about, the immigrants' peculiarities of getting on the property ladder, of getting into investment property, and all those things that we might want to get to. And if you don't know how it's peculiar, you can't just go to a white people group or like even a group of people that are not immigrants and be asking things about global talent visa or sponsorship. To just look at it, who is this one? What's this person doing here? Anyway, it's been a lovely session so far. And, like I said, I would like to introduce us to our immigration partner that is going to be hosting a workshop session on UK Fast Track Immigration Pathways at the Limitless Without Borders event. And they cover skilled worker visa, global talents, and innovator visa. Particularly, you just need to tell them where you are right now on your immigration journey, and they will come up with solutions that are specifically going to meet you at your needs. If you want, you can work after the consultation. You can choose after they've drawn the pathway for you. You can choose to work with them, and you can choose to go and put together your application or whatever, and come back for them to review before you put in the application or whatever. It's up to you. Okay, so this is I'm welcoming you to the RKY community. This is what we've done this month. Next month, we are going to be looking at how to get on the property ladder, either as a way to register your business to do self-sponsorship, or to make side also or other streams of income for yourself, or to even get on the property ladder so you can start building equity. In July, we are having a fast-track UK settlement pathway. All of this, you don't need to pay for it. You just need to be part of the RKY community, which is like a free channel. The link has been dropped. And more updates about what happened this night also will be dropped. All the links that Jerry talked about, we'll drop it on the link after as well. In August, we're going to be talking about vibe coding. I'm still likely to bring an innovator visa beneficiary. I've got about 3 or 4 of them attending LWB as well. Illusions that did the photography one is also they're part of my media partners. Basically, all my media partners for LWB, they're like strong. I've got strong creative guys on my LWB team. So I've got vibe coding, AI tools, and automation that will be happening in August. In September, I'm going to be talking about how to pass probation and thrive in the workplace. In October, ideas to income and to start a business in the UK, and so much more. Depending on whatever it is that is trending as well, they are likely to have multiple sessions in a month or chip in some other sessions. But here's a sneak peek of what you get as part of the RKY RKY community now, because it's not just only for alumni now. We are welcoming other people. Join now before we start charging you monthly for you to join. Okay. So this is for those of you that have business idea. We've got a business community. So this is where you get a personal business coaching. When I say personal business coaching, it's already recorded. All you need to access this is £100, and you will join my monthly session as well, where we take your business from where it is right now. There are so many people that they have idea. They've even started businesses, but they don't know how to get customers. They don't know how to get PR deals. They don't know how to get build authority and leadership. All of these things are things I've done, not just for one business, but for many businesses. For the first quarter of this business coaching program, we charged £750, but we did it live, like week after week. But now we don't do that again. We have it as a community. All the classes are already recorded. You have access to it, and then you still get access to me month on month, because we wanted to stretch it out to a 12-month support program, because we know that you need more than just 10 weeks to actually build a business, and you need an opportunity to always come back to ask your relevant questions. All you need to get access to me, to get access to my teaching, my special tested and trusted strategy of launching not just one business in the UK, but 5 successful businesses in the UK. It's just £100, and the link is also I don't know if they've dropped the link, but the link is also on my personal Nestitude. If you follow me on Instagram, here are some more success stories. If you are also looking to get into tech, because the start of all these things we're saying is also to increase. You want to get on the property ladder, you want to do this, you want your money to be big, you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, you need to start with a high income salary. You need to join an ecosystem. Here are some success stories of people that have worked with us, how they've landed high paying roles. And we also have upcoming sessions for our boot camps that is starting the next cohort. We have a special discount now that is bringing it down to £450. Our compliance class is starting in June. Microsoft and Excel and PowerPoints. Even if you have global talent, you cannot use Excel and PowerPoints. No. So this is just £50, 50,000 naira for you to learn how to use Excel and PowerPoint, and that gives you an in-house entry into the RKY, inner circle community as well. We've got the project management and business analysis, and we've also got data analysis and product management. So here are the upcoming dates. By the way, LWB, like I said, is just £14, and if you come with a friend, both of you get to pay £14, which is £7 each as well. So you have no reason not to be there. At Apply Body, like I said earlier, we help people apply to jobs, busy professionals. Professionals. Here are some interviews we've gotten them in the past few weeks, and we've got the Limitless and Thriving podcast, where we interview business owners and people that are thriving in their careers here in the UK. You can refer people to RKY Careers and earn a percentage, of all our of what we earn from them. You can get a 10% of whatever it is. And that's about it, guys. Please, let's celebrate. I hope this session has been, informative. I hope it's been insightful. Please, let's appreciate Jerry, because Jerry has spent the last 2 hours with us. Jerry, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming to share your nuggets. We know that, it's normal for we know some of us, we are very, very comfortable with camera, but some of you too, you are very comfortable behind the camera shooting the videos. I rarely see Jerry. When I saw your last year birthday shoot and I saw Jerry working, I was like, this one is not Jerry, this is another level. I remember when I told Jerry, you're coming to Jerry, you're coming next. So Jerry said, I don't do public speaking, you don't do public speaking, but this one you have to come back, you have to come and tell us, how you did it. And I'm so grateful that you honored my invites. Please, let's appreciate Jerry. If you want your story to be the next one we share, if you want to be the one to come back to share with the community, let's say thank you to Jerry in the comment section. And not only Jerry, for me, for talking since 2 hours ago.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's been an honor to be here with you guys.
Okay. So I think that's about it. If there's any topic you also want us to cover in the coming, say they're already loving you. I knew it was the internet that was lagging. How would they not say thank you?
Thank
How
you,
dare
Rookie.
the internet? How dare internet? Thank you, Paul, for the support. Oh yeah, so I mean that's about it, guys. We will meet again. For those of you that are alumni, RKY alumni, we've got a special certification course. I know we've not done anyone this year, but we've got one coming soon. So please stay tuned, stay glued. We know our messages are always a lot in the WhatsApp group. Every time, Rookie is always having something to give us. If it's not this, it's that. Everything I'm doing is all for you. Because I could actually be sleeping and watching I'm watching one series right now, Homeland, that I'm missing right now. But anyway, have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely week ahead. Thank you, Jerry. I wish you the best on your journey. This is just the start. I'm sure you're going places and, continue to be an RKY, a proud RKY, what will I call it now? Is it product or alumni or?
I think I'll be part of the host broadcast for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow.
You'll be part of the what?
The host broadcast for the Commonwealth Games.
What is that? What's those breakers?
Host broadcaster.
Okay, wow. See? You see, if there's another thing after global talent that people used to apply for, see, is Jerry not going to get it? These are the way. People should better tell him, I want to come and intern with you. I want to go to Commonwealth so I can put on my profile that I'm a common, what do you call it? World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup host breakers. Well done. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of my alumni doing great things.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye.